All right, how's it going? Rogue Meatwad coming back at you for our third podcast, and
Eugene hitting it up for the hat trick too.
all right, uh, not a whole lot to talk about this week, but we'll see what we can't come up with if we have any avid listeners so far. But what were we talking about before we started? Oh, some movies that just came out on like Blu-ray and DVD. I finally got to watch. Oh, and by the way, if you hear background noise, we're actually outside because it's nice out, and us fat ass nerds like to get out of the house every once in a while. So, finally got to Saw. This is the end. I liked it. It wasn't as funny as I thought it was gonna be, but it was funny.
Yeah, as big as the hype as everyone's like, oh, it's the great, funniest movie ever. Everyone's playing themselves. I was like, I get the hype, but it was because there's a lot of moments in the movies where I was sitting there going, this is kind of dumb. But at the same time, you had to go through those moments to get to because the way you do it, the parts that are really funny, awesome.
Yeah, like this is how nerd I am. I was sitting there today going through a lot of the extra features, and shit. Like, and they sat down with like Seth Rogen and his other buddy that wrote the movie with and directed, and he goes, we pretty much had everyone be themselves, but a little bit over exaggerated. Like with Danny McBride pretty much played Kenny Powers.
Well, I've watched a little bit of Eastbound and Down, and one of the biggest reasons why I can't watch that movie is because I feel as if it's Danny McBride playing Danny McBride, not Kenny Powers. I don't really know him on a personal level, but it's like the joke of Seth Rogen can only play Seth Rogen.
Yeah, like I don't know. Like I've never seen any like I've never seen or I'm gonna call him Kenny Powers, Danny McBride in interviews or anything. But if you do notice, like, and Seth Rogen is, of course, the joke. Like Seth Rogen's always Seth Rogen. So
Yeah,
is Danny McBride. If you look at anything he's ever done, he's always that outlandish asshole.
exactly. Well, the thing for me is, like we're not part of Hollywood. We don't hang out with these guys at after parties. We don't work with them on like a on a director's level or anything like that. So we really don't know their drive or their personality or anything like that. But from what they perceive themselves as, if they're playing themselves, if that's what it is, they did it well.
Yeah. Like we said, there were lulls in the movie, but like there's the short cameos by people were probably the best. Like some of the best in the movie. Like Michael Cera was definitely
Oh
a
yes,
home run. Like his just being coked out of his fucking mind, just being totally insane.
you know, I, everyone knows him to be the quiet, squirrely guy, and then he comes out. Well, him just being just out there. Like he thought Scott Pilgrim was a strong role for him. No, this is nothing.
Yeah. What was it? The part where he blows coke into uh,
Oh, into McLovin's
McLovin's
face.
face.
Oh yeah, that was
That
good.
that was a great one.
With the Christopher Mintz Lovin.
Mince? No, isn't it just mince?
I don't know.
Oh
I thought it
well.
was a three-part name.
Feel free to correct us. Uh, but yeah, some of those short cameos are so fucking awesome in that movie. And by far, the topper was wow, can't think of his name now.
Danny McBride,
No, not Danny McBride.
James Franco.
No, cameo
Oh, cameo.
near the end.
Channing Tatum.
Channing Tatum. That was so fucking funny.
Oh, spoilers the whole time.
Yeah. Uh, holy shit! Like, I, with talking with you, I said I totally forgot that dude was in that fucking movie. Like,
Uh,
cause I heard a story like when they were shooting that, they were so fucked up. Like, and I guess Emma Watson was still on set,
yeah.
and she got like her coat dirty or some shit, or she tripped in a puddle, and like Channing Tatum and some of the other guys were making fun of her so much she cried and left the set.
Oh wow, that's pretty brutal. Well, you got to think it. I don't know if it's an all guys. It's a guy movie. I don't care what you say. Um, if you're gonna shoot a set like that and where everyone's just gonna be partying and all that, what the hell?
Oh, I'm
But
sure they were
I,
straight
I,
some of those days, but
I
like,
feel bad for some of them girls because I know guys get just like pigs when they're in groups. But that's just me. That's just from my understanding.
oh yeah, I mean, I just watching some of those like the outtakes where they were just they were saying shit like there was a part where Aziz and Jonah Hill were talking to each other about Michael Cera doing coke, and like Sarah wanted to do coke with Aziz, and he's like, well, should I do it with him? He's never done coke before, and he's like, like they did like 4 different cuts of him just going off the cuff, making up a story about Michael Cera doing coke. He's like, oh, and he's gonna fuck you. You're gonna get fucked if you do coke with Michael Cera. They make Michael Cera look like this such like coked out badass, a scrawny little kid that'll just like fuck you up when he's on coke.
Yeah, you never know, man. They thought meth was a crazy drug, you know. Coke's the quick speed thing, just gets you going.
Yeah, that there was one where they're going on a long rant, and they use the actor's name from plays Professor X in First Class.
Oh, I know what you're talking about. Sorry.
And he isn't Wanted. I can't. It's like something something's. You know,
He's a
he's
British
Scottish.
guy.
Yeah. So, anyways, the story is just like, and then Michael Cera really loved this guy, so he busted in while he's taking a shit, and he says, "Hey, I want to smell your shit," and he says no, and so they start wrestling and they start smearing shit all over their faces, and he makes this elaborate story, and I'm not doing it any justice, but he's like, they've been best friends ever since.
Oh my god. I think one of the best parts of that movie for me was the topper of the movie, I'm just gonna hit it heads on now, was when everyone's talking about the porno mag and Danny McBride just coming all over the place, and the fight he has with James Franco is probably the topper of the movie for me. That was the apex for me right there, and because it was just so ridiculous.
Now, my apex for the movie was the actual apex of the movie, where they're in heaven.
Oh, but so you're talking about when 98 Degree or Backstreet Boys come out?
Yeah, Backstreet's back, all right. You know?
Oh my god.
That was just so fucking funny. Like I mean, watching it today for the second time, there's a shit ton of foreshadowing in the movie.
Oh
like,
yeah.
Like when Franco and Rogan are talking about making a Pineapple Express too.
Yeah.
And he's like, "No, fucking Danny, eat me." What happens to Franco? He gets fucking eaten by Danny McBride.
Exactly. Or better yet, when what's his name? Seth Rogen's best friend, Jay Broussard?
Yeah, Jay. Let's just say Jay.
Let's just say
Yeah.
Jay. Well, when Seth Rogen and Jay meet up, and they're just sitting there smoking at Seth Rogen's house, what's the song playing in the background? Backstreet's Back.
Yeah. But I didn't see that at the end of the movie. Like him just he's like thinking, and he's like, ugh, and then there it goes. And they're all dancing to it and shit. I mean, it was kind of funny to watch, but.
Oh, for sure. Oh, there's so many little aspects of the movie that are just if you just catch it, you're like, holy shit, that happens later. Yeah.
I mean, and there's a lot of. I think it's gonna be one of those movies where it's gonna become like a Super Troopers or something, to where you can watch it over and over again, and just pick up on little quips here and there that they do that you never caught like on the first or second watch.
Well, I still like the part where they're sitting there talking about, you know, Jay wants to address the elephant in the room, and they go straight to attacking Craig Robinson. And here it is, they're trying to pick on poor little Emma Watson here.
Now, I'm sure the guy that does CinemaSins is gonna fucking watch this movie and just fucking tear that scene apart. Because if I pick up on it, it's real obvious. Why would they talk about that right outside the room where they fucking put her in?
Yeah.
You know, why won't they just walk downstairs and address it? But granted,
they were doing drugs prior to,
and for comedy's sake, you know, you have to have that situation happen. More believable, it would have been if they went downstairs, were talking about it, and she happened to walk on like the catwalk or whatever, and overheard them talking about it. Instead of them stopping and talking about not raping her outside of her room, they just put her in.
We're not talking about rape here. Who's talking about rape? Jay, you're the one that brought it up.
I mean, I'm asking for a lot there. I mean,
I
it is
know.
just a comedy movie, but I'm just like, okay, that's fine. If like, why wouldn't you walk away to talk about it?
Well, you know, Maybe it is because we're not writers and we're not actors or film writers or anything along those lines. That I guess for the comedic process to happen, it has to be right outside so she can hear it. And so maybe they're thinking, well, she's pretty tired. She just passed out. So let's all talk about it. But they're not even whispering about it. They're trying to, but they fail miserably.
Yeah.
Oh, also at the same time, they just took a whole bunch of drugs.
Yeah, well, I think it was that they had worn off by then.
Maybe, but it's just the way it rolls out for me.
Yeah, I don't know. That's
the comedic process.
I think that's the one big problem I have is probably that one scene with the movie. I definitely recommend watching it.
The only scene I really had a problem with that whole, the only scene I really had a problem with that whole movie is probably when they're just the first night when all hell's broken loose before Danny McBride even makes his appearance, and they're all just trying to go to bed, and everyone's like, it's just Jay sleeping on the couch, and then Seth Rogen shows up, and then all of a sudden, I think Craig Robinson shows up.
And then Jonah Hill.
And here's Franco is just hiding out by himself.
Well, he's the only one. He's
got his headphones
on, so he's not hearing all the shit they're hearing, all the screaming and gunfire and spitting ass. But yeah, definitely if you, I don't know, I guess if you like Seth Rogen and those guys, I'd definitely go see it.
And it's been a while since I think the whole plain dick and fart joke movie has come out. Not too many of those come out anymore. I mean, if you want to talk about movie 43, which was a horrible movie, I don't recommend it for anyone.
I've been meaning to rent that.
I don't recommend it at all.
Because it just seems like they got a shitload of actors and actresses together and just made a fucked up, crude movie.
Well, it's not so much that it's a crude movie, it's just a horribly written movie that just bombs the shit out of
Does it even make sense at all?
They try to. I'm gonna be honest. I made it to they had it so it came out in there's different scenes. The kids get on the internet and find this this taboo movie 43 that's supposed to be the cat's ass or whatever. And then after watching the first scene, I was like, this is dumb. So I tried watching the second scene. I was like, I'm done with this movie altogether. Then I just tried skipping through it just to see if there's anything appealing. I gave up hope. I didn't even finish it.
So definite no-go on
I
43.
don't recommend it. I mean, you got Hugh Jackman in there, Liev Schreiber. You got a cast of people that, like you said, there's a whole bunch of people to make potential, but I call it failing on the writer's part. Because, if you're going to do a skip movie, do a skip movie. Don't try and play it all together so it all meets up in one area, because it doesn't. At least from my understanding.
Okay, and in that vein, there's another movie, and I guess it's made by the Slap Chop guy. It's not a lot of big names in it. Michelle Rodriguez is in it.
The Slap Chop guy, Vince something or
Yeah.
whatever? Oh my god, the Sham Wow?
Yeah, that guy.
Oh my god.
I don't remember the name of it.
I recommend the Sticky, or watching that video.
Fuck. He's in it, I can't think. He's always in Adam Sandler movies. Rob Schneider
Oh boy.
is in it.
You know Rob Schneider's in it, you're probably not going to be too
The
impressed.
Amazing Racist.
I don't know who that is.
He's in it. If you look up Amazing Racist on YouTube, he's in it. And it just seems like cut scene. Amazing Racist always he's doing basically what he got famous for, being racist to everyone, but movie production style. And then there's and it didn't really seem like any plot or rhyme or reason to this fucking movie, but it looks like there's pretty funny moments. But so did movie 43. By the trailers, it looked kind of funny.
For me, oh god, if you went to the box office to see it, I feel bad for customers wanting their money back. It's not even, the movie's bad when you want minutes of your life back.
I don't think
You're telling me?
No, I'm right. No, I've seen movies like that. Yeah.
If you ever watch a movie, you're just like, Oh my God, can I go back in time and reclaim that hour and a half of my life?
You know what? You know what movie was I was like that for? Itchy the Killer.
Oh, Ichi the Killer?
Yeah. Like
I,
that wasn't even like fun gore or violence or anything. It was just fucking disturbing. Like, at least
uh,
to me. I'm just like, holy shit. Like, it actually, like, I don't mind gore and all that shit, but it got to the point to where it started scaring me. I'm like, that's how fucked up it was to me.
was Ichi the Killer a trauma movie? Or was that. I'm trying to remember. I know it was a horror movie, but was it a trauma movie? You know what I'm talking about?
No.
Trauma movies were the movies were from the company from Lloyd Kaufman, the Toxic Avenger, Class of Nukem High, Tromeo and Juliet, like the serious B movies.
I don't.
If you ever watch Cannibal the Musical, I believe that's also under that's a trauma movie as well.
Is it considered a genre?
Uh, I don't think it's a genre. It's just like shitty B movies.
I guess. I guess it could be. It's a Japanese fucking gore film.
Okay.
That's the best. That's the genre it would be in a Japanese gore film.
You know what? I think Ichi the Killer is its own thing, and I'm getting confused with maybe their offshoot of Sergeant Kabuki Man or something like that, or Detective Kabuki Man. That's a trauma flick. And if anyone's have you ever heard of the Toxic Avenger?
Yeah.
Well, then you should know that it's supposed to be. Well, if you watch the cartoon, totally different from the movie.
Yeah, the movie wasn't it just like fucking like a lot of tits and ass and then
That's it.
yeah. No, Itchy
A lot of props, cheaply made, done really quick, and just B movied the hell out.
yeah, no, Itchy the Killer is I would if you had to rate it, fucking high B, maybe low A.
Okay. No, when you get a trauma movie, it's all D quality.
No, but Itchy the Killer is this like there's these mob hits that happen, but they're like fucking seriously like there's these I think the first kill you see is two drug dealers or runners or whatever in this apartment. Lights go out. Lights come back on. Literally body parts, blood, and shit all over the room. I mean,
Oh,
literally
shit.
like they were exploded from the inside. And that's not disturbing, but then there's this like nerd fucking like retarded kid.
Oh no.
He's like a janitor somewhere and he gets beat and like he goes to this like horror club and like this whore he always sees like he never has sex with her but like he's always beat up
Uh-huh.
and so he finds out where she lives and like one night he's like hiding out on her balcony watching and she starts getting beat and he starts jerking off
Oh.
and he continues to do this and so one night he gets caught by the guy beating this whore and he kills the guy and then she smacks him for killing him. She kills her. Well, he's Itchy the Killer. He's brainwashed.
Oh.
And,
the kid beaten off?
Yeah,
Oh wow.
he's brainwashed. And it's like it's really fucked up storyline, like it's fucking nuts. But it's very disturbing though. It's like I would say like I've never seen it, but I
That's a
would
foreign flick, isn't it?
it's dubbed over in English.
Okay.
I'm sure if you look on like if you have like Time Warner Cable and you look on the free movies, that's how I watched it because it was on there. I'm like, oh okay, and it's all unedited on
so
there.
Sorry for you.
Yeah.
I had a friend that was big in the B movies, dub, not B movies, but dub movies that are foreign. Have you ever heard of the movie Old Boy?
No.
Ooh. There's supposed to be the movie's supposed to be known for this. There's this one scene that's like done in one take where he has to fight all these guys in this hallway, and they do it in one shot, and it's pretty amazing for what it is, but the storyline for it is fucking crazy. It's this guy. He he's lost his memory, and like there's these people trying to kill him, and he can't figure out why he's doing this, why he's doing that, but he has to get. I mean, it's pretty much just like trying to seek revenge for these guys for messing him up and wants to square up on that. But along the way he meets this girl and this girl takes him in. It's like taking care of him and stuff. And she's like I want to say this guy's in his like 40s or something like that, older like mid to late 40s. And this girl's like in her 20s, and he's taking, she like takes care of him because that's what she's, I don't know, sympathy or whatever. Because this guy has no memory and just lost, just trying to remember this and that and the other. Figure out. He knows these people fucked him up. And he's got a little bit of his memory, but he wants to get his full revenge against this main guy. So what happens is the guy goes, "If you kill me," uh, he says, "Don't kill me, or else you're gonna regret it." Or he goes, "You're gonna find out what you don't want to know about." And because what happens is the guy falls in love with his girl that's helping him out. Come to find out, it's his daughter. Yeah, because he wants to know what's in the box. Kind of like in Seven. When
Oh yeah, yeah.
And what's in the box? What's in the box? Yeah. Don't ever if you get to the movie and they want to know what's in the box, stay the fuck away from the box.
Yeah, no shit.
It's just gonna just ruin your day, and as a human inside, you're gonna be like, oh, it is heart wrenching. Because it turns into this girl taking care of this guy to them finding love and then finding out it's your own fucking daughter. Put a bullet in me. I don't want to live no more.
Yeah, fuck that shit.
Well, ironically enough, it's part of they call it the Vengeance trilogy because there's the movie Lady Vengeance and Sympathy for Mr. Vengeance, and Old Boy is in the middle of that.
God, speaking of foreign flicks, have you seen that Raid Redemption?
No, I haven't.
God damn, I want to see that. I keep hearing it's good. I always hear two best friends always bring it up, 'cause, while they're talking and playing video games, they bring up the animes or some movies they watch, and they brought up Raid Redemption a couple of times, and I guess this is fucking awesome. I guess it's on the level of Umbach and shit, action wise. It's just fucking hard hitting, fucking
I never
nasty
watched
shit.
Umbach there.
Umbach's pretty good. I watched. There's 3 of them. I watched the first 2. Second one kind of lost its luster on me.
Yeah.
But the first one, really, really good. If you don't mind subtitles, but
See, I prefer subtitles over the dubbing, to be honest, because some of those but then at times I think the dubbing's funny, but then it takes away the story from the movie for me.
I'd rather the dubbing because I don't want to have to keep looking down the read and you could miss something. Oh, that's just my opinion.
Some people do both because sometimes the English translation to what's written across is far from matching
up. Oh, it's horrible. Horrible.
I kind of so far of all the foreign movies that I've watched, for some reason I don't know why they perceive the male actors' voices as kind of like cowboys. I don't think everyone has to hey there, howdy partner. kind of cowboy-y. I don't know if you ever noticed that.
No, I don't think I've ever noticed that.
There's some of them that do it. It's just I noticed it in Old Boy and I was like, eh.
I don't know. But let's get back to one more A-list movie. Have you seen World's End?
Sure have.
Is it good? I hear it's good. I hear it's the best one so far.
To be honest with you, Shaun of the Dead sticks with me.
Still? Did we talk about this last time?
I believe we have, but I don't, because we called it the ice cream trilogy?
The Coronado.
What is it?
It's the Coronado trilogy. It's the ice cream treat they eat in every one.
Yeah, because the ice cream treats in every movie.
Yeah, and it's a different one every time.
Yeah, I believe we talked about this in our first episode.
I can't remember if we did or not, but did you actually? I don't think you've seen it yet.
Oh, I've watched the whole thing. I watched it from beginning to end. There's parts I really enjoyed, and then because it starts off as all right, the World's End's just a pub.
Yeah.
Where the hell is everything with the aliens and everything else come into play, or the sci-fi element?
But I'm sure it all makes sense at the end of the movie.
It does.
For the most part, I guess.
I don't want to spoil it for you if you haven't watched it yet.
Yeah, don't spoil it for me. But...
So like I said, we'll have to talk about this on next go around then.
Yeah, hopefully I'll be able to see it by then.
But another big sci-fi movie we can talk about, Pacific Rim, if you've taken part.
Yes. Yeah, we were talking about that before we started doing this.
I'll tell you what. Was it Guillermo del Toro?
Yeah.
How do you pronounce it there?
Guillermo.
He does a pretty movie. In every movie that I've watched that's heavy in visual, special effects, pretty movie.
He does such a great job at visuals and even telling a story. He's pretty damn good at. One of the best movies I've seen by him. I've not seen all of his movies, but Pan's Labyrinth. Great, I love that movie.
That movie kind of messed with me a little.
Yeah, it is kind of fucked up movie.
It's a little dark.
Yeah,
I ain't
a
gonna
little
lie,
bit.
it's a little dark.
Especially when the little girl does at the end.
Spoiler.
Yeah, that's been out long enough. But yeah, back to Pacific Rim. I feel like you like it less than. I mean, I liked it. Don't get me wrong, I liked it, but I feel like you don't like it as much as I did.
Well, the I liked it for the movie itself. The concept of the two people have to run the machine, I'm kind of flaky on because I'm used to watching these old animes like Macross, Robotech, where the robots run by one person,
Yeah.
and it's not so much the teamwork aspect kind of thing because like you're both in your heads, and I get the reason why they do it.
I think they wanted to make it more believable. I guess like more real life, because like all that shit is like
Yeah, but
is more fantasy. Like I guess you could believe more of Pacific Rim story happening than you could like Gundam or any of that shit.
well, the only reason why I have a problem with it is because I can't actually sit there and believe that the way our technology progresses that we really need two people to run one machine. Like I get it with like machine presses and like boats and things. Like I get it, the engine's so large, you need so many people to maintain it or work on it, or on boats and things like that. But in all actuality, the machine runs itself, and it's just one guy or two people run that have to be in sync with each other, compatible, if you will, if I remember right, and have to move freely and have the same kind of like mind to move the robot. Now, I get that they're trying to say it takes both sides of the hemisphere and it's too much strain on the mind for one person, but for two people, for both their minds using each half of their hemispheres to power the machine, kind of far stretch for me.
Yeah.
Because,
Well, how many times have you seen it? I'm taking once, right?
well, yeah, once.
Yeah. So have I. Maybe that's something that if you watch it again, maybe you'll pick up on something that wasn't there. Because that is a little far. Like
The only reason why I
like
say
don't
it-
chase the rabbit. Like thing like Charlie Hunnam's character says. Like don't chase the rabbit when he gets his new pilot.
Yeah.
Years later.
Well, the thing is like the whole, because spoiler alerts here, like when Charlie Day tries to sync his mind up with aliens,
Mm-hmm.
and he does it by himself, and it kind of messes him up, but he like gets the idea of where they are, and there's a connection. I get it. But then later on in the movie, when him and that one and his buddy, they go and boat together to check it out, and they seem to be able to sit in there longer. I think maybe that's the connection of why you need two people to run one thing. I think it was the connection of teamwork. To persevere. I think that's the
Maybe that's some symbolism or something that they were trying to put in there. Or
It
some
must
shit.
be because it plays in at the end. When like right off the rip, in the beginning of the movie, his partner dies, but he still gets the robot to move by himself to
It's
to be
possible.
saved.
Yeah, it's.
But it's supposed to
possible,
be a big
but-
strain on your mind or something, or your
Yeah.
body can't take it.
Oh, it's just like I can't remember the actor's name, but like their captain or whatever, black dude. There's a point in the movie where someone says you show him some respect. He's one of the two men that only piloted. What did they call him? A Jaeger.
Jaeger,
A Jaeger by themselves.
yeah.
And it was him and Charlie Hunnam's character. And so
Well,
that's why. But when he did it, it was like nuclear fusion cores and shit, and those Jaegers, and then
Yeah, and then they became less toxic as the newer ones came out. Well, I like I said, I get it. It kind like I said, it just for me, it's the you know to suspend your disbelief and like you have to be absorbed in the story, and for me, I just couldn't get past the technology. I'm like, are you serious? This far into the future, it takes two people to run one fucking machine.
well, I guess that's where you got to take a leap of faith on that type of movie.
That like I said, that's my fault for not suspending my
Yeah.
disbelief.
Well, that's like me bitching about the rape scene and fucking and this is the end. I'm like, why the fuck didn't they just go downstairs and talk about it?
Yeah.
But for some reason, so your problem was the technology. My biggest gripe with the movie is it moved slow.
Pacific Rim.
Yes, it moved very slow for me. Like at the beginning, there's the fight, and then there's just like a long build up of getting to
The government kicking them out, and then we're gonna build this big wall, and then we need to rebuild with what we have left or whatever that program.
yeah, and like I don't it only fleshed out like a couple of characters. Like Charlie Day's character, I think they could have fleshed him out a little bit more. And some of the other Jaeger pilots, like they're like, oh, they're walking by and they're like, oh, that's fucking these two dickheads from Russia and
Yeah.
blah blah blah. That's all you ever heard of them again. Dead. First time you see them fight. And the same with like the
The British guys.
yeah.
Well, the British guys.
Well, the British guys they fleshed them out more just because they're more interactive with the main characters. But yeah, I felt it moved really slow, and there's some of the acting was horrible. I felt like Charlie Hunnam, fucking horrible acting. I thought in this movie, like he was awesome in Green Street Hooligans. That's the first time I ever seen him.
Oh yeah.
I thought he was fucking awesome in that. Well, because he's just playing a fucking English soccer hooligan, probably how he really is. So,
Possibly.
but yeah, I just thought some of the acting and a few other people were just like so unbelievable. Just
Well, you also have to think a lot of, I don't know, just from looking at it, a lot of that was, was CG and like, all I can think is if you take a budget like, here's a fine example, Avatar. All kinds of special effects.
mhm.
Now, Guillermo del Toro,
He doesn't have fucking Cameron's budget.
he doesn't have the budget, but he makes it pretty and does it well. And like,
That whole fight in Tokyo was fucking sick. I mean,
yeah. Well, I mean, if you look at his past, like, you don't even have to use like Hellboy, a bunch of monsters in one area, or like when the Leviathan in the second one comes out, and
but he tries to blend
Or the-
CG with like actual physical prosthetics or something
Yeah.
like that, and that's where
and in this one, this was purely CG.
oh yeah, that you can't really, and well until they like that one dead kaiju that was on the ground, that was all not CG, I believe. I mean, it's been I saw it in theaters, so I'd have to see
Maybe.
it again.
Oh,
but-
we're spoiler alert, we're what's his name, Hellboy.
Ron
Rob
Perlman, yeah, he eats
He
it. Yeah.
shows up. But did you wait till after the credits? You didn't say it till after.
No, I did not.
Oh well, I got a spoiler alert for you. He's not dead.
Oh no shit. What is he like in the stomach or some shit?
What happens is it shows he gets eaten or whatever, and then like after the it shows that that baby kaiju on the ground, and,
Uh-huh.
and then you see him crawling out of the mouth, and he's like, "Where's my shoe?" Because if you remember, the
Yeah,
one guy, Charlie Day picks up his shoe,
Uh-huh.
so he comes out and goes, "Where's my shoe?" So, oh my God, you missed that. Oh,
I think, yeah, I don't know why me and Redmond didn't stay for.
should have stayed for it.
Oh well, fuck it.
Now you've been spoiled from your own podcasting partner.
But I seen the movie. I mean, that's like a fucking 20-second clip that I.
Yeah, I'm
not
sure
too
in
worried
YouTube
about that.
pull it up and it's done,
Yeah.
But yeah, everyone was telling me before I saw. I was like, wait till after the credits. Wait till after the credits. I was like, all right, I'll wait till after the credits. Okay, you got a 5-second. Like, I don't know. This has become notorious with a lot of movies anymore. You stay till like if unless it's just the strict black and white credits. But if they make it a little fancy and they have like cinematics, kind of stick around because there's gonna be something at the
Nah,
end.
well, I mean, I usually stay like during the summer. Me and Redmond got in the habit of going to like movies on their premiere day, so we didn't know.
Yeah.
Like we couldn't look up and be like, "Oh, is there anything after this?" Blah blah. So I think a couple of times was one of those movies. Like, of course, we saw the Marvel movies this summer, and you know to stay for fucking.
What Marvel movies come out this summer?
Uh,
I can't.
the Wolverine.
Oh yeah, I haven't seen that one yet.
That's good.
I
I think there was one other one, wasn't there?
I think that's it. Because Thor comes. Oh, is it Captain America comes out next, then Thor?
No, I think Thor comes out then Captain America because I haven't seen
'Cause
anything
Iron
on
Man-
Winter Soldier.
Iron Man came out. What?
Oh yeah, Iron Man was another one this summer.
Was that this summer?
Yeah, that was this summer because the Blu-ray just came out last week.
Okay. Yeah, there's a little bit after Iron Man there. If I
So
remember right.
yeah. So yeah, two Marvel movies came out, but yeah, we always stayed for Marvel. And at the end of the Wolverine, there is a end after credit scene for Days of Futures Past.
Nice.
Definitely stay for that. It's really good.
Is that gonna take? That one takes place with the one after First Class.
Yes.
Gonna use that cast.
Yeah, primarily, yeah.
Oof. It's gonna be a rough one.
Yeah, I mean, but I like First Class,
I really enjoyed First Class. It was pretty dark.
but
Well, I guess
don't
it's
know.
not so much dark. It was the Magneto wasn't Magneto yet, and along the set, like where he got the helmet from what's his name, Kevin Bacon's character.
Yeah.
And then I haven't watched it in so long, but I see that they play it on TV now, and I just caught it the other day, and I was just like, yeah, I'll watch a little bit. But what was it? Samuel Shaw's what?
Yeah, Samuel Shaw.
I can't remember what his whole thing was.
He could absorb energy.
That's right. Because he was absorbing energy to power the nuclear reactor. That's right.
So yeah, I think Days of Futures Past is gonna be really interesting.
I just want to see a Sentinel. That's it.
Yeah, that's right. Sentinels are gonna be in this one. Yeah. Well, I mean, of course, I've read the actual Days of Futures Past comic, and it's pretty nuts. I don't know how they're gonna pack all the shit that happens into this one movie.
Well, they'll probably. Well, I hopefully they take a card of let's take the Harry Potter series. Let's take like the Twilight series. Last book we can make it two. Oh, better yet, The Hobbit. It's gonna be three movies.
But there's a lot of shit to The Hobbit, though.
Well, I mean, if there's a lot of shit to the comic, why the hell not?
I mean, there isn't as much content. You can't compare the fucking novel to.
I understand words and words. You can write plenty of words that give you plenty of content. It's a novel this thick, but whereas a comic book's a lot thinner.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. It should be good. It looks like it should be good. Yeah, I do want to see a Sentinel and how they. But they only look like they're gonna be like 10 feet tall though.
That's shitty.
Yeah, I mean, because like the Sentinels in the TV show and the comic books, those fuckers are like
Well,
50, 60 feet tall.
I take it back. They did show this one Sentinel and X2.
X2. No, it was X2.
Was it 2?
Yeah.
I thought they were in the danger room and it was X-Men 3.
No, it was X3
Because they do the fastball special.
Yep, that's it. I don't know why I thought it doesn't matter, but yeah, that should be Days of Future Past should be pretty good. And I believe
Well,
that's
if you
the last time Jackman's gonna play Wolverine too.
Really?
Yeah.
Oof. Oh, I'm not bitching about it. I mean, if it goes on a good... Oh, God, if you would have stepped off of the first Wolverine, I'd have been like...
That was so bad. The first fucking Origins. Oh, so bad. Like the CG they used for his claws, where I'm just like, that is so horrible.
Oh, come on, Bone Claws?
That is so fucking horrible. If anyone liked that movie, they can go fuck themselves. Jesus Christ, that was bad.
For backstory of Wolverine, I'm sorry, go read the comic.
Yeah, no shit. Fuck that. That was. But the Wolverine's fucking tits up.
Speaking of Wolverine, did you ever watch Hulk versus? I think it was Ultimate Hulk versus Ultimate Wolverine.
No.
Oh, if you ever read the comic, it is brutal.
Is that the one where Hulk rips him in half?
Oh yeah, throws his legs 4 miles away on top of a mountain. No reason why I know it's because you can smell them.
Yeah, I've seen that panel, and that's the or that page.
Yeah.
It was on the internet, and I looked all over for it just to try and see where maybe someone had it online or something because I wanted to read it.
Yeah, it's Ultimate Hulk versus Ultimate Wolverine.
Yeah, and I saw it, and he's like, "Oh, he ripped me in half." He's like, "He threw my legs 4 miles away."
And he just drags himself to his legs. Oh, how terrible. Oh.
But yeah, no, the Wolverine is good. It actually follows Chris Claremont, I think is the writer. He did like 3 Wolverine comics, maybe more. He did 2 like origin ones, and then The Wolverine, which I believe they based the Wolverine movie off of, where he goes to Japan and he falls in love.
Uh-huh.
And all that shit.
Oh, come on. He didn't. I like the love story of him and his Canuck friend before he lost his memory. And
Oh
at
yeah.
the end of the first Wolverine.
That's so fucking stupid.
So horrible. What was her name? I can't believe he got shot in the head and lost all memory over, and she couldn't do anything about it.
I mean, that's not even how it happened in the comic book.
I
but,
know.
I
but-
mean, like,
I mean, if you're gonna,
I don't like bitching about stuff, but I don't want to be that comic book nerd. Like, it didn't follow the comic book. And I understand why they can't,
Writers
but
can only do so much and add up to so many things. I get it.
you gotta retcon some shit. But god damn it, dude.
They fucked up Deadpool terribly.
Oh, they ruined Deadpool. I don't know how they just have to fucking retcon the shit out of that if they want to do anything movie wise. Because
Ugh.
that's such a great character that.
He's so loved by a large margin of people.
Oh, the margin of people was fucking phenomenal. How much people love Deadpool. You know what I think they should do is, do a Deadpool movie, and whoever they decide, like, they can have Wade be whoever they want up until they make him Deadpool, but have Nolan North fucking voice him over once he puts on the suit.
Yeah.
Because fucking Nolan North doing Deadpool in the Deadpool video game was just fucking hilarious. Like, the voice fits and everything with how you think Deadpool would sound, and it's
I
just
haven't
funny
played
as
the game,
shit.
so I gotta play it.
It's good. It's like mechanically not the best game. But it's fun. I thoroughly enjoyed it. It wasn't like I didn't go into this game thinking, okay, this is gonna be the best game ever. It's gonna feel great. No, it doesn't feel great. It doesn't. I mean, it's okay, but by far, I had more fun playing that game than most of the AAA titles I've played in a while. I mean, that's excluding BioShock Infinite and shit like that.
Yeah. Like Epic Store, like Halo 4.
Yeah, like Halo 4. I mean, that I like what they did there. Like, it actually, like, the story wise, it made you actually feel for John and like Cortana at the end. Like, I had feels. I'm just like, I got a little choked up at the end. I'm not gonna lie.
Well, because you've lost one of the main characters that's been with you for
4 games,
Yeah.
4 entire games. Yeah, and you get to see John become more human. And especially, I mean, I guess you feel more too if you read any of the novels.
Well, see, I
anything
never
like
read
that.
any of the novels, and I never played Halo Wars.
If I can find them, I'm pretty sure I brought them back when I moved back here.
But from
I'll
what
give
I
them to
understand,
you.
like, the Spartan program was a pretty elite thing. But if you remember playing like Reach, you're playing as you're a Spartan yourself, and you're playing as these other Spartans. Like, they seem a lot more human than John Spartan himself.
Well, John was a Spartan too, I believe,
Yeah.
and these the ones in Reach were Spartan 3s. They kind of fucked up the retcon there with Reach.
Yeah.
Not retcon, but just the continuity of it. Because if you read the novels and then you play Reach, like there's certain shit that shouldn't happen just from the storyline.
Okay.
Like Halsey shouldn't meet up with that Spartan team. Halsey, I think, was already off planet in the book, if I remember correctly. There's just certain points where you're just like, okay, she shouldn't be here anymore, or this shouldn't happen because, fucking, this happened somewhere else. Like, and do you know the secret at the end? If you pan right when they're going into,
the Pillar of Autumn.
Pillar of Autumn.
Yeah, you see John Spartan being loaded in.
Yeah, in the book, he's actually up above, destroying Covenant ships.
Wait, who is?
John.
Oh, he's actually killing?
Yeah.
I thought he was being loaded up.
Well, in the novels, he's above Reach on one of the rail guns, because the Covenant are taken out. He fucks them up, him and some other Spartans, and then they jump with a Covenant ship somewhere else. And that's where the second book comes in, or second or third, called First Strike. And let me think. Anyways, it's just wrong. It's been like 3 years since I read the book.
Gotcha. Well, like I said, it's the connection of like.
But it wasn't horribly.
Oh, well, see what playing Halo, like John Spartan's character reminds me of. Did you ever watch the movie Soldier?
Yeah.
With Kurt Russell.
Mm-hmm.
It's a great movie. I think he says like a whole, maybe like 4 sentences the whole movie,
mm-hmm.
and their commands, their responsive commands. And there's no communication, no nothing. It's a great movie.
I liked it. I mean, it's critically bashed, but I know what you're getting at. Like,
it's a team that was trained this way, and then here's the new models. So these new models are trained this way, and they're supposed to be bigger, faster, stronger. They're still the same fucking people.
Yeah.
Which I could never understand. Like, what makes it different? But that's just me.
No, but anyways, yeah, but no, Deadpool's good. You'll actually enjoy playing it if you get a chance to play it. But yeah, definitely feels there at the end of Halo 4. Definitely at the end of BioShock Infinite. Holy shit! And you've played BioShock Infinite.
Yes, I sure have.
Yeah. So yeah, and since we're on video games now, and there's not too much news in it, I saw a guy. I saw the link for the article. I did not get to read it, but I guess an IGN editor got to play a little bit of the new Batman game, and he gave it negative reviews so far. And I'm kind of wondering why. I know it's a new developer. It's not Rocksteady this time.
No? Is that Rocksteady?
No. I think there's 2 developers and one of them's different. I don't think Rocksteady's on it this time.
Rocksteady was for Arkham City. Were they in Arkham Asylum?
Yeah, they made the first 2 Arkhams.
I mean, don't get me wrong, those stories were epic and they're beautiful. They're pretty games.
But I don't know. I guess when I get home, I'll have to read the article. But yeah, that'll be a letdown if this one's, because it's very rare that you, even with the sequel, you have the sequel be better than the original.
Yeah.
And Arkham City fucking surpassed.
It did it.
By far, was even better. And I guess that's where you tread on thin ice, is when you succeed your first 2 movies and you go for a third movie, game, whatever.
You can't use characters that have already been killed off.
Yeah.
So, I mean,
I don't know what this guy said was bad about the game. It was the story's lacking or the fucking play mechanics.
I don't know. From what I understand, a lot from using Batman, and I think it's because it's now mainstream from the Dark Knight series. Is like out of the last the Dark Knight series, the Dark Knight oh, not Dark Knight Rises, The Dark Knight
The Dark Knight.
was the biggest one because everyone loved the Joker's character.
Mm-hmm.
And, you know, even though he wasn't killed off, everyone knows he can still be revived, but without Heath Ledger, who's going to bring it justice?
Yeah.
Christian Bale can be a Christian Bale, but Heath Ledger's character, or his acting to bring the Joker to life, isn't going to be brought in that same fashion.
Yeah.
Like, and I think what it is when you in the Rocksteady's rendition of the Joker, you know, Mark Hamill doing the voice, awesome.
Yeah, but I guess Mark Hamill's not doing the voice this time.
Well, here's the thing though, it's now a younger Joker, and Kevin Conroy's not even, if I remember right.
Yeah, I don't think he's doing Batman's voice.
And so it's like a whole new feel. Like this is the problem that sucks with getting older, change. And
Yeah.
you have to adapt to it. Like when I first watched the Dark Knight, the Dark Knight Returns Part 1 and 2.
Yeah.
It was RoboCop was doing his voice.
Oh fuck, what's his name?
Peter
Weller.
Yeah. And now don't get me wrong, I'm not upset by it, but you know, I'm so used to Kevin Conroy.
I still like Peter Weller doing his voice. Like I said, I really didn't even notice that much. But they needed an older actor for an older Bruce Wayne and Batman.
Well, that's true. But still, though, it's like the change, and then if I remember, Mark Hamill didn't even do the voice of the Joker in this one.
And what one?
And Dark Knight Returns, Part 2.
No, he didn't. No.
Yeah, that's what I mean. It's the turning the page and moving on, and
I mean, it was still good. I still enjoyed those two movies, but
like if you ever listen to Kevin Smith's Batman on Batman, he those are great podcasts. He interviews everyone that's had a connection to that has had passion for Batman or has taken part of Batman. Like he does an interview with Mark Hamill, and it takes up 2 episodes because it was that long. And Mark Hamill, like when he sits there and talks to him, he just doesn't get in he just doesn't turn it on command, because you know then it just kind of ruins it. He's telling his story. He does like, I'm not here to dance as your puppet, you know, or
yeah.
And it's just so great because he talks about how he's sitting there watching him and just interviewing him, and he just asks him how he came up with the idea how to do the voice, and he does the laugh. Well, you know, and then eventually he goes, well, I picked this up from when I went to, you know, film school here, or I was taking a course there, and and it's how it developed to him creating the voice of the Joker. So I don't know, it's just one of those things. And then he interviews Kevin Conroy, then he does interviews the guy who takes over Kevin Conroy in the animated series. I think it's Batman Beyond, Diedrich Bader.
Okay.
If you remember the Drew Carey show.
Yeah.
Yeah, he does the voice of Batman for the Batman Beyond series.
Which one was he?
He was not Ryan Stiles, the tall one, but the dark-haired short one. He was the one that was in.
Oh, the Beverly Hills movies.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I was gonna say Office Space, but.
No, Office Space. Yeah, I know what you're talking about. Yeah.
Yeah. He does the voice of Batman, and he does a podcast, you know, does an interview with him for his Batman on Batman. And, you know, and it's nice that he has that, you know, he's got the Hollywood pull to call these people, hey man, want to do this? And whereas us, if we had a list of interviewing questions, we couldn't just be like, hey, we just want to interview you, we'll fly you out. No, not gonna happen.
No.
So I guess this is our way of, I guess we have to pay homage or recognition to, you know, like, oh my God, he did it, we don't have to do it. So we can, you know, enjoy it for what it is.
Yeah. And stay on video games, and I guess this will be our last topic since we're hitting about an hour here. Getting any next gens?
No, I'm gonna wait.
You gonna wait?
I'm gonna wait. To be honest with you, neighbors. There's so much commotion going on between the Xbox One, like about they say, oh, you don't need connectivity for this, oh, you need to connect for that, or
You actually don't need it. They
I know,
straight out come and says that.
but then they say, well, because of that, this is gonna happen now, and then the PS4. I'm like, they're just like, yeah, we're PlayStation, we don't give a fuck.
Yeah.
We're gonna be a badass, we don't care. But along next gens, I don't know. I've been taking a look at. I'm not a PC guy, but what Steam's getting their hat in the ring. Like you can buy like Steam boxes or something like that.
Yeah, they just kind of released something about it not too long ago.
And depending on the performance and money you want to spend, you can adjust.
Yeah.
And it's customizable too. It's like if you want to get a faster processor, you can buy a faster processor, swap it out.
But you gotta think about this too. Is with those Steam boxes, granted they're gonna be not that large. So, and by the way the size that they look like they're gonna be, is are you gonna be able to switch out shit that simple? Because when you buy motherboards and video cards and fucking processors, well, processors are not that hard as long as it fits into the motherboard you got. But like, are they building to a size to where you can easily swap this shit out, or are you gonna have to buy a modified size of a graphics card or
Well, from my understanding, like the box is so big, and I understand like with PCs that you can have this kind of chip, that kind of chip, or this size pin to match up with whatever. The way they make it sound is like it's gonna be pretty simple. If
I hope so.
If you're PC savvy, like I have no problem tinkering with things along that. I just don't like playing PC online. Like I need my sticks. I need my thumbsticks and triggers.
Oh, but like now you can with PCs now, just about any game you play.
Xbox controllers will sync up to your PC. I get it.
Yeah.
What I'm saying is, like Xbox has its own marketplace, and Steam has its own marketplace, and like that's where with Xbox you gotta pay to play, and then I hope to God the PlayStation Plus doesn't lead to that.
That's what Plus is. You can have regular.
Well, no, PlayStation Plus you get like free shit every month.
Xbox Live does that now.
Well, yeah, now they used to do it before, but now like it was gone for the longest time. Like there used to be like one free game a week or a month or whatever, and then they took it away, and then now they threw it back in. But with PlayStation, if you got a Vita, there's at least 5 free games a month, and then like and I'm saying they give you big title games like Infamous 2. That for the Vita, Uncharted was one of their free games.
Yeah.
That's what I like about PlayStation. They're not afraid. Like this game's been out for a year or 2 years on us because you're PlayStation Plus. If you never like that game, guess what? This is our way of getting you into the title.
Yeah, it's not a bad idea.
I mean, could you actually sit there and think that Microsoft's gonna be like, here, Halo 4's been out for 2 years, on us? Fuck no, they ain't gonna do that. They're like, we like our Microsoft dollars, and well, now that they don't have Microsoft points anymore, which was dumb to begin with.
Yeah, I'll agree with you there. Just a regular. Oh, you have $5 in your account. I think it would have been a lot better starting out, and now they fucked it all up.
You know who we should? You know who? I got a topic to talk about before we sign off here. Loot Crate.
Okay. Quick, I want to finish up why I brought that up. I have not reserved any of the next gens, and I'm gonna go Xbox first, definitely. But my question to you is, would you buy like Call of Duty or an Assassin's Creed or something that's coming out for 360, but it's gonna be on next gens? Would you buy those games and then trade them in and get the next gen title for it, or just wait to play them?
I'll probably just wait. Next, like this is what kills me about next gen, and titles like when the Xbox jumped to the Xbox 360. Call of Duty came out for, well, I believe it was Call of Duty 2 came out for 360, or was it Call of Duty 3?
No, it was 2.
It was 2. Well, they wanted to release a Call of Duty title for the Xbox, owners before too, but it was called something else, and it wasn't, and it was a different story, because they couldn't process the graphics that the 360 could, and I hope that when they release Ghost, that even though the graphics are gonna be not as pretty as the next gen, but the same game. So if I were to want to play that game and get the same story that everybody else is getting next gen, without any altercation, I'm fine with that. I'd be fine with picking it up for this gen.
Yeah. Like, I know there's, like, if you trade it in, only have to pay $10 to get the next gen version. But I'm kind of wondering, because I haven't pre-ordered or anything, I probably won't be able to. And plus, like, saving up the money now, since I'm employed again, is not going to be probably within the time it releases. So I probably got a good 2 to 2.5 months before I can even think about picking one up.
Yeah, it's just one of those things. Like I said, it's not the quality. Like Assassin's Creed, I wouldn't worry about, because the storyline's gonna follow the storyline, regardless.
I'm not worried about the storyline. I'm just wondering if it would be pointless. You know what I mean? Like, you start playing it on 360, and then I get halfway. Like Call of Duty, it doesn't matter. But like Assassin's Creed, like let's say I get halfway through Assassin's Creed 4, then I get the 1.
Next gen.
Do I have to play all that half fucking storyline again, or waste my time?
Well, more than likely, because.
Yeah, because that saved file probably won't carry over even if I use the cloud.
That would be pretty sweet if it did, though.
Yeah, but it probably won't. So, but yeah, that's it. Like Call of Duty, I could give 2 shits less. Of course, I'm gonna pick it up on the 360 first. So I'm only gonna have to pay probably $10 by the time I get.
Here's another aspect that I never thought about. How about how many users are gonna be playing Ghost on 360?
Day one.
Day one. How many Xbox with Xbox Ones as they're being released and people picking it up? I wonder how big the
jump's gonna be.
The shift, yeah.
I'd imagine pretty large. I would imagine however many people that play COD and that are getting the Xbox One on release and PS4s. I think that shift is gonna be on that day.
Okay, well, how about this?
But there's people like me that are going to have to sit on 360 for an extra month or 2.
Now, here's a concept I never thought about, and I haven't read anything up on. If all the maps are the same and everything's, it's just prettier for multiplayer on the One, do you think they're going to be cross compatible? Like if you're playing with a group of people here?
No.
That would be that would be amazing.
That would be amazing, but I think it's pretty much said that that's not going to happen.
Because that would
your stats will carry, and even clan shit will carry, just as a holding point and all that shit. But you can't. They still consider that cross platform. I think they still think of it as like, okay, since you're on a 360, you can't play with PC or PlayStation people. I think that's how they think about it.
And I think that's ridiculous.
Yeah, I mean, how hard is it? It's just data. It's all that's going is data. Why?
Same maps, same everything.
It's the same service.
That's it.
I don't see why at least 360 and ones can't play on the same, cross.
Probably for the money aspect of things.
Yeah, probably. But you think about it, then you have to have more servers. You have to have servers for the 360 and then servers for the One.
Yeah. So they're already going to have those.
Well, yeah, obviously, but
same thing goes for PlayStation, and PC. I mean, the difference between PCs servers are going to be like, oh, someone got a higher chip.
Yeah. Anyways, you were saying Loot Crate?
Loot Crate. Oh yeah, we were talking about that previously, and I decided to vest into it.
Yeah, it looks pretty sick. You just got a subscription this week, right?
Bought it today.
Yes.
7 days before the next crate's released.
Yes. If you don't know what Loot Crate is, and you've made it this far into the podcast, I made Eugene Wise here last Friday to Loot Crate. I've seen some people, YouTubers and shit, talking about it, but it's basically you can pay monthly, 3 months or 6 months, but the 1 month is like $20, and you get like a shoebox size full of fucking nerd swag. And every month has a theme. Last month's was cake, so it was a lot of Portal themed shit.
Yeah.
And they also pick, I think, 2 grand prize winners every month. Like last month's grand prizes were a replica life-size Portal gun and gravity gun. So that's pretty sick. And this month's theme, October, zombies.
Oh, speaking of zombies, before we get off the Loot Crate, and we missed this one off the rip. Walking Dead starts this Sunday.
Yes, hopefully you're right and it comes on at 9, and I'll be able to watch it tomorrow.
What do you think about this season for predictions?
Oh God. Now I can't think of his name. Asian kid.
Oh, I can't remember his name off the rip either. Well, he's dating the one girl.
One of them's gonna die.
You think one of them's gonna die? I think Rick's gonna die this season.
Really?
I'm gonna go out because he's been there from the beginning. I think it's because they killed off Merle. They've killed the T-Dog's dead.
Yeah, but you gotta go like
he's the main character, and he's still got his boy with him too. I want to go out. I'm gonna go out strong and say there's gonna be the main character, like the leader's gonna go down this season. That's my prediction.
I think you're going far with that one. We'll see. But I think either is it Len? Glenn. I think Glenn or Maggie's gonna die. I think one of those two are gonna die, if not both of them.
See, I don't think either.
Or Maggie's little sister.
Well, see, the reason why I want to we already have
because if they and just from a like a show thing, if you kill off Norman Reedus' character, a lot of people are gonna stop watching.
Oh yeah.
You can't kill him off. I can kind of see where you're going with Rick, which will be standable if they kill him off, but I don't see them doing that.
Well, how many people are sitting there going, "I followed the show because of Rick"? I don't. Do I like his character? Yes. Is he a strong leader character? He was till last season, until he lost his mind.
Yeah, until he went fucking batshit nuts.
And then he turned into this big pussy. But don't get me wrong, he came through in the clinch, and he got his shit together. But at the same time, he's got the baby now. He's got his kid, and there's all kinds of little aspects that play into it. I don't see Maggie and Glenn getting killed because
I thought they were gonna die last season.
Oh,
when they
were captured?
No, actually during the raid, I thought.
Okay. My whole thing, the reason why I don't think Maggie or Glenn are getting killed off is because I think, if anything, Glenn would get killed because I see Maggie getting pregnant. Because they're gonna add one more. I could see one more character getting pregnant to make another hardship again, because resources are already slim.
Yeah.
Everyone
needs to go with the butt sex, man.
Yeah, but at the same time, you got to think, how else do you repopulate, or how else do you got to bring humanity back. At the same time, we don't know who else is alive. Like, what out of the inmates that survived, I don't think any of them survived. And then
none of them survived.
And then who knows what's left over out of the townspeople? Because
they came to the prison.
Not all of them, not the whole town.
Well, no, yeah, there's a few that didn't come that went with there was like what, two or three.
But the ones that showed up were like, we ain't gonna do this, got killed. The governor's still alive.
Yeah, I don't think he'll be a big protagonist or antagonist.
Yeah.
this season.
See, I don't really see him showing back up because they're probably gonna just go off and disappear. We won't hear about them. I doubt we'll hear about them this season. And if we do, it's because they're trying to steal shit from them.
Yeah, I don't think they're going to be a big problem. But yeah, my prediction is going to be Maggie or Glenn.
So we'll find out Sunday when it kicks off.
Yeah. So, all right. Check out Loot Crate. Just a suggestion. We're not sponsored because we're very not known at all. But
We're very unknown, but
yes.
if they want to donate, free stuff, we'll take it.
Yeah.
We'll promote you.
I will put a link down there in the description. But check Loot Crate out. Real cool, especially if you like nerdy shit. Please like, comment, subscribe, share it out. If you like this, we'd appreciate it. So, what the fuck is that buzzing?
Oh, this would be.
No.
Carpenter bee, whatever.
So, alright. I think that's it.
Signing off.
Alright. Later on.
Later.